Hi guys, Ghost Revan here and welcome back to another episode of City Skylines 2. I hope you guys are doing well. Please don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe to the channel and I'll bring you cool daily videos like this. So we're pretty much heading in right where we left off the last time and we were in the middle of constructing this new beach area. We haven't given the beach area a name yet. We also haven't kind of like ended it. We've kind of just taken the beach and done what we needed to do. So what I'd like to do is just clean this up a little bit. I'd like to add a few more houses and maybe some tourist attractions. So let's jump straight into where we need to go. Just want to get rid of this radio station. Sorry, I don't like the ads, but yet it still seems to play. Okay, cool. So let's jump straight in. So I want to just kind of like force this to do its own thing. So if we had a footpath and I had to run a footpath out. I'm going to just leave it as per normal. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this kind of as a divide line to... Okay, and then what we can do is we can just run this one up to this point. Alright, cool. And you can see we're immediately having problems with some of the textures. So like this one we can actually grab and just move it out a little bit. We were using Anarchy to put it in, so we're just going to have to use Anarchy to put it back. And then we were trying to and grab this corner. Okay, and then this beach is going to be a little bit more difficult to grab because it's so far out, but we're kind of doing it out this way. So if we can bring it in, a little bit easier to grab. You have a bit of a problem there it seems, but that's an easy way to fix. So you can just do something like that. And now we've basically stopped the beach from continuously on forever. And then what I want to do is I just want to take the same grass that we've got going on here, and I just want to, okay, let's just finish off this road and just decide what we're going to do here. So we have this main road, so maybe we can get this to come off at some sort of an intersection or something. Guys, I'd like to get the footpath, this one, being able to join up. So let's just do something kind of like that. Then we're going to take this one and we're going to, this is the wrong road, we need to use an actual alley. And we're using the wrong thing, so let's just take this back a little bit. And hopefully we will be able to just do something a little bit easier. Okay, that'll end up in a cul-de-sac. Just do a smaller one for now. Okay, then we're using as much of this road as we can. This one seems a little bit strange, but we're going to just run the main road all the way to the end. And then this road can hook up . I don't really like this at all. Okay, so this footpath is, this road is terrible. Okay, so we don't really need this. I want to put something else in here, like maybe some sort of a tourist attraction or something. So we'll definitely look at doing something like that. But Chirper, I don't know why he was like red, obviously because he had a lot of notifications. But also this grass is going to be a little bit strange, so I don't know if I want to wrap the grass all the way around, so maybe we can stop the grass at this point over here. Let's just try and see if we can hold on to some of this thing. Okay, it's not letting me get it out at all. Because of the anarchy. Maybe we can just drag this back. Something like that. Okay. And then I was thinking of running a tree line across the front of the beach area. So let's just choose some trees, and what we're going to do is we're going to use the advanced line tool. We're going to turn that on. We're going to make it 10 pixels, which is, 10 meters, which is exactly perfect. We don't have to worry about anarchy for now. Just see what these trees look like. we might want to just change these trees, but we can then follow the curve a little bit better. We're going to have it nice and close to the beach. Okay, which is exactly what you want. Okay, and then this is a little bit more complex, but we'll sort this out. Something like that. Okay, so now we've got some trees along the beach. We can start adding some props to the beach as well, but I think we should start developing this area a little bit. So we're going to decide what we want to do with this road. So we have a lot of open space here, and there is a beautiful aquarium that I'd like to look at putting in. So we've got this Canopy Cafe, we've got this Oasis Kitchen, we have Sunset Brewery, and we have the museum. We have Deep Blue Oceanarium. So this is the kind of thing that we want to have here. But obviously we also don't want it to consume too much space, because we'd like to add like a few more things in here. So it is all for the main road. So this is fine for now. So let's just put in a straight one. Okay, and we know that that is going to go off there. I don't know why there's no power and electricity. Okay, it's back. Everything's cool. Right, and then what we want to do is we also want to have some additional pedestrian crossings, like cutting across. So we've got these ones cutting across here. So if let's do something like that. And then we can literally, they can walk wherever they need to. Alright, so we can make this a little bit better. We need to have a little bit of parking and stuff for this. So I'd like to just do maybe like parks or something in the entrance here. So we can have something a little bit bigger than normal. Nothing too big. Okay, and then we can play with some of the larger parks and stuff here as well. So I'd like to put some of these parks in here. This is like a really big one. So we can do something like this over here. Okay, and then what you can do is you can take the pedestrian crossings, or the pedestrian paths at least, and you can aim the wrong thing because it's being moved. Okay, so if we have a look at this and we just kind of do our own thing, it kind of makes it a little bit more sense. Okay, so before we do this, I think let's just see if maybe we can put another park in here, because it seems a little bit crazy. We can only fit one thing in here, so let's just try and fit in something else. Maybe something a little bit smaller. Something that can hook up with this. Let's just have a look. This is the park we did use, and this is another big one. It's also really nice. And we've got the slightly smaller ones and stuff as well. So these are the slightly bigger parks. Okay, so we've got the dockyard, taxation feature, dining areas, and projection screen. We're not really interested. Color plaza, campfire sites is a bit too much. Park cafe, I think might be cool. So we can do something like that, and let's just see if we've got a big park here that we can use. This is Chirper Park. Okay, maybe we can use that for some shops or something a little bit smaller. Okay, so I'm just trying to see if there's anything that can fit in here that kind of makes sense. But what we can do is we can grass this area as well. So let's just go and do that. Let's go make it look like a park. So I'm going to turn this on for now. Because those weren't very happy with us doing it. Okay. Kind of doesn't make sense. So maybe we can just move this a little bit further along. Okay, and let's just remove this one, what we did here, and then let's just do that again. So we're going to do the pedestrian paths. This one can just kind of come and do its own thing. Let's just get this one off. Okay, because we've got Anarchy on, it's actually helping us. It's making life a lot easier. So we're not going to have to worry too much about all the weird stuff. Okay. So that's actually really nice. And then what we can do is we can put some trees along here as well. So I'm going to use the same tool again, and let's just use the straight one. Well, it is a little bit curved, so let's just use the curved one then. We really don't need Anarchy on. I don't know if I want to do something like that. We could probably just have a few trees. We don't have to use, just have them spread around the place. Okay, it looks starting to look a little bit more like a beachfront. We do have some houses and stuff off this way, which is fine, and we're going to have probably some shops and everything running along this way. We do have all the space up here, so let's just think about, we don't have any commercial demand at the moment at all, so there's no point in us trying to put anything in. We can just make the beach look absolutely pretty. So let's do a little bit of detailing. So what we can do is we can go into the props, and we can go into the, I think it's in these props. Yeah, so here's the umbrellas. Okay, so they are really, really, really small, and you can turn them around when you need to. So let's just do something like this. Let's just start and let's just get a few going, so we can get an idea of how it's going to line the beach, right? So if we maybe use the line tool. Okay. So I'm not too worried about the fact that it didn't work properly. We can kind of put it in ourselves. Although it'll probably be easier with the
You're listening to the sounds of Jade Road Radio. Can you hear the ancient ones?
See, I think we can pretty much do that right across the beach if we wanted to.
This is your host.
Just I want to sort of get an idea of what it's going to look like. Let's just put in some benches and stuff along here. Okay, so nice big. I don't like the way that the shadows are looking so strange with the water wheel like that, or the wheel like that. Is a little bit strange, I won't lie. Okay, and then we can just have like a few palm trees in there as well. So people can just chill and stop, and if they need to, they can just have a break. And then we'll probably run those types of things like all the way along the beach. So we want to go back into this and just have a look at some of these benches. We have some quite nice ones. If we do something like this, I just want to do this. Okay, and then there are some like commercial shops and things, so we can have a look at some of the, I don't know where it is exactly, I think it was in here. Yeah, so we've got all these kiosks, so you can actually have like a kiosk on the side here. Kind of like a little area where you can come and do a little bit of shopping. Okay, and then we just want to go back to these benches. Come and chill. Do what you need to do at the beach. And we can just have a dustbin in between there and a dustbin in between there just to fill it up a little bit. So now our beach is starting to take shape, so we definitely need some more of these. So let's just try and use the normal line tool, the one that's built in, and let's just see. Okay, so that's quite far apart. So let's see what the shortest distance is apart. So a little bit closer than what we've been doing. At least what it's going to do, so I don't want it to kind of be okay. Okay, and then we're just using these sort of chairs. Okay, so this one we can't, we're going to have to just do the individual ones. So I'm just going to have to drop them in. This is the kind of detailing I can do offline. So these umbrellas are slightly squiff. It's because the wind's been blowing them around, you see? Also, 100% I don't want it to be absolutely perfect, you know? Okay, so if they do want to come back, then they can come back to the side chair, and there's going to be some benches along the way. So people can come and chill. Some dustbins in so people don't go around polluting. Okay, so I think it's looking pretty cool. I don't like the fact that these guys are not where they're supposed to be. Okay, so we can carry on adding and we can carry on building onto that, but I think that looks pretty cool, guys. So I think if we ran that along the whole beach, I think it would actually be quite cool. So let's just see if we use their tool. Does it seem a little bit excessive? Okay, let's just zoom in and see what's going on here. So I don't like the angle. Okay. I don't think it's absolutely terrible. Then we can just fix these other ones that we had going on here. Okay, that's definitely something I'm going to do offline. But so this is the idea: be able to walk along the beach. It's kind of nice beach promenade. You can chill in the sun, and you can come and have some fun in the sun. There's going to be some kiosks around the place. So let's just add a few more on this side. Let's just see if we can. So I think it was in. Yeah, it was in this area. So we have these food stalls. So let's just do. We can have a food stall there, food stall there, and a food stall there. And then commercially we can just have some of these chairs so that people can come and chill and come and eat here and come and sit here. Kind of like something like this. I really don't know what's going on with the shadows, guys. I'm a little bit concerned that the shadows are a little bit weird. Okay, but there, you know, you've got some food stalls, you can come and chill, you can come and eat. I think that's pretty cool. And we can probably divide it by some bushes if we wanted to. So if we go and do some of the smaller bushes and we use the correct tool, I just want to see how close this is. That's terrible. Close that is. That's not too bad. That's better. Okay, so we could probably just corner this off. It's like a food courtyard. There's benches and chairs on the one side. Okay, and we still have no need for commercial. So it's definitely starting to look a little bit like a beach property. I think it's looking pretty cool. Okay, we do have this now, which is quite big, and people are starting to park on this road. So let's just take the parking off here. Make sure there's no parking. And we do need to provide them with parking, so when they do get here, they can park. So if we have a look at, we do have this big parking lot. So this could probably come off if they want to come. They're specifically coming to the aquarium. Just going to extend this road out a little bit, and then what I'm going to do is just add a nice big parking in here. We're just going to upgrade that as well, and people will be able to come and park directly here. So not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, it doesn't like the fact that I've just taken the road away, but I just wanted to do just what we need. I didn't want any more, any less. Okay, and then people can walk in between these two buildings. Let's just turn some of the snapping off. That's better. Yeah, so be able to walk from the parking to the beach, then be able to get where they need to. What if we shouldn't have a walkway or something going through here? But this is really nice. I think these parking areas, these park areas are actually very nice. I think they're cool. I think they fit into what we're trying to do quite nicely. Okay, so it's going to take me a little while to obviously put all of these chairs in, but I'll do that at a later stage. Maybe we have a little bit too many here. I'll just pull this back a little bit. Yeah, maybe the chairs should be slightly further back on the beach. I think more than likely, but that seems to be okay. Okay, so I want to see if there's any other sort of decent props we can use. So we do have some fountains which we haven't used, guys, so we should do something like that. Add some fountains in here, make it look a little bit cooler. Okay, what else have we got? So we got tents and stuff which we really don't need. We've got this contemporary art, we already have the arch. So there's this weird obelisk here, so let's just add that in here. And we'll add the Chinese little sculpture over there. Okay, so if we're looking at from this point of view, we're looking at from the Ferris wheel. We are able to look out over our city, over our residential, over our high density. Here's Airport City over here. Okay, and obviously we haven't named this district, so what I'd like to do is just set up a district here. So I'm not quite sure what we're going to call it yet, but let's just take it from here. Okay. Okay. So what are we going to call this? We're going to call this let's call this Tourist Beach. If I can spell. Okay, Tourist Beach. Okay, and we are going to pay parking, and we're going to worry about that. We're going to worry about electricity, make sure that they do recycle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign the specific buildings that we have here to this area. So I haven't done that before, and it's quite simple. So all you have to do is say select operating districts, and you can select the building. You can close the post office. Okay, and the same thing with the fire station. Same thing with the... Okay, that's just a building. This is the North American Police Station. So it'll be operating in this district. The Mediclinic will be operating in this district. Okay. And these, what are these buildings? So we should have a post office. We should have... Okay, so we've got a Mediclinic, a post office, and where's the fire station? Okay, so now we should have a fire station in here as well. No, still not doing it. What is this? North American Fire Station, Select District. Tourist Beach, there we go. Okay, so there's the 4 service buildings that are now specific to this district and this district only. There's not very many people moving in here because there's not really much going on here. But I would like to maybe just add some sort of medium residential. And that's going to add a lot of people into this area, but we can control how much or how big the buildings we want them to be. Okay, just get a little more people moving in and just try and get rid of some of that demand. So you don't really have many people coming out this way. And we could probably just build some more Japanese style houses out this way, low residential. Okay, there's also no parks out this way, so we also want to make this quite a touristy area. Okay, so we have the Oceanarium. I think this parking bay is probably a little bit too big for the area, but I'm going to just leave it for now. We can always remove it later if we don't like it. And we do need people to move in so that we can create some jobs, so that some demand so people can have what they need. But there we go, guys. So that's looking pretty cool. We have all the space here. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do with it. But I really like to I'd like to keep it clean and open. Okay, so we've got Chirper Fun Complex, which is absolutely massive. So let's just say, okay, we've got stadiums. Okay, let's have a look what we've got. We've got a basketball center. We've got an apex climbing, sports club pavilion. See, it's also massive, guys. Okay, we've got game set match, which is like a tennis area. And this is a massive. It's actually really cool. Should have probably done something like that. These are our tourist attractions. So we have pretty much 3 of the out of the 6, and we have used one of the Ferris wheels. We've got a National Gallery of Art, which is absolutely massive. All these buildings are generally very big. Okay, what is this? This is the Grand Hotel. It's pretty we don't have space for the Grand Hotel on the beach. Let's see if there's anything else under the commercial side we can use. So the Forum of Arts we don't really need. Okay, Sunset Brewery. Oh, there's a brewery, guys. Okay, so Heritage Museum. So those are the kind of things you'd definitely be finding in places like this. So, okay, the Heritage Museum along the beach. What else have we got? Forum of Arts. Also a big building. This is going to be literally our tourist hub. So maybe we must keep the space for metro or train so that we can have some sort of things coming in here and doing what they need to do. I don't know what the small offices are going to look like. I don't know if we want to put offices down by the beach. I suppose there's no harm. Just see what it looks like. If it's terrible, we'll take it off. But it's not like it's just going to suddenly stop, you know? Okay, so people are coming in. These houses should be ready soonish. I want to see how big they are and how bad it looks. Okay, so this is the medium residential, but we kept them really small. That looks quite nice. Can't say there's anything wrong with that. Okay, let's get going on some of these at least. Okay, this area is actually looking quite nice. And I don't know if I just want to keep this open. We can just have open, or we can have parks, or we can have something going on here. So I think we can fill this up. But I think for now it looks cool. Okay, so what is this? We've got the Skylines Heritage Museum. Also looks really cool. We've got a lot of people, so they've obviously parked their cars, and now they're coming to the beach, and they're coming to check out some of these areas. Okay, and we have the Deep Blue Oceanarium. I suppose it would have been nice if it was actually out on the water slightly, attached to the water. Heritage Museum. Okay, so, and we can put in some more parks, I think. Just see what we've got to work with. So campsite is a little bit crazy. And these are the big parks. Okay, probably have that on the water. Okay, the fact that it's got a pathway that way doesn't really help us, but the other ones we can hook up. So if we take this one, we'll hook it up to there. And we do something like that to give people the ability to be able to walk everywhere. Walk in between the two buildings. I think that's okay as well. Sorry, I want to go back to the parks. I just want to see. Got so many to play with. It's actually quite crazy. Another park. See, so I definitely want to start filling out this area with grass again. So let's do that. So let's just go to our advanced tool. And I'm just going to put Anarchy back on. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint out this whole area. So I know that might seem a little bit crazy. And just like that, we have a complete grassed area, which I think looks quite cool. This is quite big. If we can just move this over one, I think it'll help a little bit. And then what we can do is we can just spray some trees all over the place. So let's just do this tool. Let's just change this to 100%. Take this off. This is 100. Okay, and it is using the right trees. Okay, it's actually just too many. It's just too many. Okay, so brush strengths, let's just make it 50. I don't like the fact that they're on the beach. It's a bit silly. Okay. Reduce the size a little bit. Okay. It's not looking terrible. So a lot of tourist attractions, lots of parks, lots of people, place for people to come and chill and relax and come and just take a bit of a break. And we've got the massive ferry wheel to attract everybody we need. So here we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Please don't forget to give the video a like and subscribe, and I will definitely catch you on the next one. I hope you have a good day. Take care. Cheers. Bye bye.